guys, welcome to my channel, June Galura TV. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and like the videos. Today we will talk about renting and owning. Which one is the right one for you guys? Either you rent or purchase a home. I will share my experience with you guys. It's been a year now since we purchased our own house. I will give you guys all the pros and cons of owning a house, and we will talk about also on versus renting when we were renting. Okay, watch out for this video. Okay, let's talk about renting versus owning a home. What is the difference? Big question mark. Well, renting a home versus owning a home. Let's dive in and get an overview on buying a home versus renting a home or renting an apartment. Buying a home is a part or a huge part of an American dream, as I phrase it. And choosing to buy or rent, although it's a major decision that affects our financial health and lifestyle and personal goals, whichever option you choose will actually depends on entirely on your lifestyle and financial situation. It differs as an individual. No, both does require a regular income. Alam natin lahat yan. So you can afford the payments and associated costs, and may also require a certain degree of effort to maintain the house or apartment. But there are several differences that makes renting and owning a property distinctly different. And let's focus on that one. Renting a property doesn't come with all the responsibilities associated with home ownership, and you have more flexibility sa pagre-rent as you aren't necessarily tied down to your property when you are renting, diba? But on the other hand, when you're owning your home, it gives you a sizable investment, but it does come at a big cost, both upfront and over the long run. Kaya buying a home is not for everyone. Lalo na if you don't have the financial flexibility in owning a home isn't always better than renting. And renting, on vice versa, it's not always as simple as it seems. Just to give you an example here, here are some highlights of or some key differences between renting and buying. Number one, whether you choose to rent or buy your home depends on your financial situations, like I said, and your lifestyle and your personal goals. Both provide you with a place to live and require regular income in order to make payments. Renting out for flexibility and predictability, monthly expenses, and someone to handle repairs. However, homeownership brings intangible benefits such as a sense of stability and product of homeownership, along with the tangible ones like tax deductions and number one, equity, diba? Renting doesn't mean you are throwing away money, not at all. Every month that you're throwing away money every month, and owning doesn't always help build wealth in the long run. Let me explain that, okay? Let's talk about renting a home first, or renting in a apartment. The biggest myth about renting is that you are throwing away money. Sabi nila, you just throw away money. You're giving it to the landlord every month, diba? This is not true. It's my opinion. After all, you need a place to live, right? And that's always costs money. And in one way or another, well, it's true that you aren't building equity with a monthly rent payments. Not all of the costs of homeownership always go toward building equity when you rent. You know exactly your house costs each month. This amount is indicated on your lease when you sign the lease, so you can plan accordingly. In some cases, your landlord may also include other costs within the amount, such as your utilities, your storage, and homeownership association, yung HOA if you have one, HOA fees. If you live in a condominium as a renter, you may face rent increase too. It's time when it's time your lease is up for renewal, that will go up too. This rent increase can even be stiffer. I mean, tataas if you live in a certain parts of the town. This may not be the case if you live in an area with a rent ceiling and rent control, which limit how much the landlord can increase the rent at all. They can't because there's a rent control. One flexibility that you can have in renting means you are able to move whenever your lease ends. However, it also means you could have to move suddenly if your landlord decides to sell the property and return your apartment complex into a condos. Gagawin nila, and maybe less dramatically, they could probably just want to bump up your rent to more than you can afford. That's how they get you. But guys, what important things and all done, nothing is universal as homeownership. Diba? Sometimes it requires renters insurance is often recommended, and sometimes it required by landlords for those leasing homes or apartments. Now, let's talk about owning or buying your first home, and we'll see the tangibles there. Home ownerships brings both, like I said, the tangible and intangible benefits. I only do have not only do you have your own home, you can make decisions about the look and the design of the space, but you also get the sense of stability and pride of home ownership. That's the biggest one. Keep in mind though, although that changing your mind about where you are living can be very expensive. Location. Diba? Since real estate is an illiquid asset. What does illiquid assets means? It means ones that you cannot quickly or easily convert it into cash for the fair market value. You may not even able to do a sale when you want, and even if you do, you may not even get the price that you want, especially if the housing market is down and you're really lucky if a seller if it is a seller market, meaning you can get more for your house, even if it is up. There are significant hurdles or transactions costs associated with selling your property. The overall cost of homeownership tend to be higher than renting, and even if your mortgage payment is lower than the rent, let me give you some example. Hold on. Okay, let me give you guys some example of some expenses you'll be spending money as a homeowner that you generally do not have to pay as a renter. Number one is the property taxes. Yan, pinakamalaking expense yan. Your trash, pickup, special assessment in a new neighborhood or new development, like what we have in here. Your water, sewer services, pest control, tree trimming, homeowners insurance are required. Pool cleaning if you have one. Lender requires flood insurance too in some areas. Earthquake insurance too, and in some areas, or HOA. But mortgage interest can make up nearly all of your monthly payments in early years of long-term mortgage. It can take as many as 13 years before or more payments goes toward the principals in a balance of 30 years home loan. You probably spend about 72,000 in interest for 100,000 loan at a 4% rate for 30 years, and you will recoup all of those in tax deduction if you can itemize, and let's not forget about maintenance too, which can be very costly. You may find yourself with an expected leak on your roof. It's very expensive to replacing a roof could cost an additional 10 to 15K. It depends on the square footage of your roof, which or how old is it, which may not be covered under the home insurance policy, diba? But okay, what are the key differences on the property values? Of course, as I noted above, the home ownership is often seen as a way to build wealth. I think everyone knows that if you buy a house, they say, "Oh, you're gonna build wealth," which is it's true. It's true. But like any other investment, there's a certain factors that can positively or negatively affect your investment, diba? Or the value of your home. Economic issues, inflation, like what's happening in Europe right now, Russia and Ukraine war, etc. Now, what are the tax benefits of having a home ownership? Mga benefits niyan is certain tax benefits. The home mortgage interest rates deductions reduces any out-of-pocket expenses during the early life of the loan, as long as deductions are itemized. If you guys will itemize it, I am not an accountant, so please consult with your tax preparer. So I'm just trying to give you guys input here based on our experience. And of course, if you can get no good deduction at all. Keep in mind that you can still take the standard deduction that's available to all taxpayers dito sa United States. The same is true for owners who don't have enough deductions to itemize individually. So is it better to rent or own a home? There are no definitive answers. That's my answer. As to whether renting or owning a home is better, it's a better answer. It really depends on your own personal situations, um, especially your finances, your lifestyle, your personal goals. As I said from the very beginning of this video, you need to weigh in the benefits and the cost of its based on your income, savings, and how you live, how you guys live. And you may be wondering also, is it cheaper to rent than owning a home? Renting can be very predictable, as I explained in our first video. It's a very predictable expenses. You know what your costs are upfront. Alam mo na yung babayaran mo, and you can plan accordingly. On the other end, if you enjoy lavish lifestyle, you may find renting be more expensive than owning a home. Even there are repairs and regular maintenance you have to make with purchasing a real estate. On the other hand naman, is homeownership a good investment? Buying a home can be really be very good investment. For my experience, you may be able to build equity, but as with any investment, lahat ng investment that you're doing, just how well your investment performs really depends on numbers of factors. Maraming ano yan factor eh. It's very risky when it comes to investing in same thing with real estate. Factors like location, environmental concerns can really affect the overall value of your home. It really does. And location, and keep in mind, there's never static. So things can change. Palagi yan, may nag-change naman. Okay? On the next video, we're gonna cover more about our experience bahay namin, because we've been here for almost a year now. We're gonna be 1 year here on March 28th. We moved here on last year of 2021, March 28th. It's March 25th today, 2022. So I'll cover that on the next video. All right, here's my wife. Like I said, we're gonna talk about how we end up here in Oakley, how happy we are, and as I was telling you guys, ito yung portion my wife will be filling up all the yung sinasabi ko kanina. So, how did you... First, I want to ask: are you happy on our? We're gonna be here 1 year next week, the 28th.
Of course, I'm happy.
Oh my God! Wow!
Before, I don't wanna buy a house. To tell you honestly, I'm just contented renting because we save a lot of money.
Yeah, we were.
I'm scared of the responsibility of that payment for a long time.
Yeah, we were having those discussions, diba? You were not on board on me on that dial. You were so comfortable in the
Because it's
apartment.
near my job.
Yeah, it's near your job.
So it's like a 12-minute drive versus 60 minutes.
Yeah.
But then it's all worth it. like you keep saying na it's different when you have your own house, which is true.
Is it? Do you feel it now? Do you feel the
Yeah,
difference?
of course, definitely.
How do you feel the difference? What's the biggest difference that
If
you?
I can finally buy my furniture,
Okay.
you let me buy my furniture. Because before, he won't let me buy even a headboard in a room.
I knew we were gonna buy a house kasi sabi ko sa kanya, if you're gonna buy furniture in the apartment, you're actually just wasting money.
Yeah, he doesn't want me to, design our apartment. And not design, it's like to have a better.
Well, I think
Well,
we
because you're right. Kasi nung lumipat nga tayo, we don't have a lot of stuff, but there's a
Yeah.
lot. I don't know how paano nagkasya yung mga.
no, but my idea doon kasi I know we are buying a house. Pero yung iba kasi minsan yung people that are renting, sometimes they don't have any goals. They
Of course they do.
No, meaning what I'm saying is
It's a preference.
yung tayo, we have goals and we have a time frame that we were gonna go and buy a house. That's what I meant. Yung ibang tao, siyempre, they want to stay in the apartment. Like I said, they it might be some yung they're comfortable there.
Yeah,
Yung
and no for
lahat
kasi
nandun.
of course it's gonna be near where you work at. But then also siguro if we're paying a lot, then we probably end up buying a house matagal.
Yeah.
But because we save a lot of money by staying there, so I don't really like wanna move. But I mean it. But you're right. I mean, it's different when you have a house. You really take care of it. Like, oh yeah, every time like when I park my car sa garage, it's like, oh, I still can't believe that we finally have a house.
Right? That's what I'm saying. Me too. I mean, we've been here 1 year na, almost 1 year, but we're still like, parang we can't. No, parang it's still
Surreal. It's surreal.
yeah, surreal. It's still a dream that we have our own house.
It's
And-
it's good to have a house.
Yeah, I've explained to them.
It's worth
There's pros and cons about owning a house, and there's some good things about owning, and there's some some bad things about homeownership too. And same thing with renting. There's good thing
But
about
of
renting.
course,
There's
it's
bad
an
too. So
investment.
it
It's
depends.
always an investment.
It just depends on the people on what their goal is. Kung
Yeah.
uh,
But a house is an investment, so it's a good investment.
it's a good investment in some ways.
If we know,
if you know how to
I
do it.
know,
Kasi like you keep telling me there's two things about homeowners. I want to explain this to them. There's two things about being a homeowners. One, there's a homeowner that really wants to own a house and pay it off. And there's two, yung pangalawa, there's another homeowners that wants to buy a house, but they want to build the equity and does not want to pay the rest of the
No, there are
30
also
years.
like people like they buy like yung mura na house, diba? And they build their equity and then they keep like just moving, ano ba yun yung pataas
Upgrading.
na, just upgrading kasi you get that equity
Yeah.
and you don't get tax,
Mhm.
right? If you like stay there for a year.
No, you have to stay 2 years in your house
Yeah, and then
to be able to
and then you buy another house, you build
Mm-hmm.
that equity, and then you like you said, upgrading that house.
yeah, it's called capital gain. You have to stay in your house in 2 years para hindi ka matax yung capital gain. I think single, if you purchase your house, is 250. But if you're married, you won't get capital gains taxes. If you're married, hanggang 500,000 ata. Yun ang law here in California or in the US. Some other states probably different. Pero anyway,
Para sa yeah, but it's all worth it.
it's Is it all worth
kahit
it?
malayo yung commute ko. I think that's just the disadvantage. Yung, because I work 12 hours and just the commute.
Lahat,
But it's not,
the bucket
it's not
list,
bad.
di ba? The bucket list all checked out. Except for the commuting.
But our house is, because we definitely, like, we just move in and, like, kasi we've seen a lot of houses, talaga, na
And they need repairs, right?
they need the, no, talaga.
They're renovated, but they still
renovation.
need repairs.
Yeah, like the bathroom, yung mga small details. And then you don't know what else. But this house, it's just right. Pati yung, it's just the right size. Kasi now that I'm the one cleaning it.
Who else
imagine if there's like
Who else
we
is
have
gonna
a,
Who else is gonna clean it?
no, imagine if you have 2 floors and then you need to
Yeah.
clean all the bathrooms. I clean every week. Just every week, like clean everything. And I'm glad that we only have 3 bedrooms and 2.5 baths.
Yeah, I can never say enough. Na you have to have really good agent. I really that you guys are in tune and you know what you like, and then that's how she can or he can help you guys. I can never ano kasi yun ang nagtulong talaga
I
sa
think
amin.
it also like it's meant to be because we gave up. We've been looking for a house for more than a year, and then we'll just like stop and then
Yeah.
and then
We started again in January
and
after
then stop.
Christmas
Like,
nag-stop
we're
kami.
about to give up, right?
Dahil nag-pandemic.
We're ready to no, like when we before this house,
Oh yeah.
like we're about to give up, right? We said, oh, let's just not look, because like we kept losing the thing,
Bidding.
the offer.
It was hard
It's
kasi during those
disappointing.
2020 at saka 2021 there was a lot of
It's 2020.
yeah, the market was really
Crazy.
crazy at that time, and but we were prepared
It's
financially.
just they thought you're prepared, but then there are more people like
They're
they
more
just
prepared
offer
dahil kasi they
they just
overcast.
like offer cash, no, ang tawag doon?
No contingencies.
No contingencies, no inspection.
Yeah, no inspection. It was
We already like took our inspection and like
yeah.
everything.
And we can't take everything out. I mean, but we're not that of a buyer to just
So
jump in.
desperate.
So very desperate now. We're gonna take out
you should
everything.
still consider kung kaya mo ba talaga. Kasi in the end,
It's not that. It's not just that. If the house is worth it, diba?
yeah, if the
Worth
house is worth
fighting
it and you
for.
can afford it.
Yeah, and if you can
Because you
afford
don't
it,
want to be house poor. Yeah, you just like,
we
you
start.
have a house but wala ka ng buhay, ibang
Yeah.
buhay. Because you just work for the house. You
We-
should still have like life. You can still feel na, you can still buy the things na gusto mong kainin, gusto mong or like,
I know we stuck to our
you can still
budget.
save money. Kasi right,
Yeah.
dapat you will, kahit may bahay, you will be able to still save money for the things na kailangan mong pagandaan or kailangan mong bilhin, gusto mong bilhin.
So lahat ngayon overall, you're happy on the way it went.
Of course. I'm happy.
That's it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm happy. It's imagine we bought this house just last year and then yung equity natin is
guys, it's
everything.
about compromising. I mean, you're not gonna get all your bucket list on your house. Kahit may
Yeah.
check-in with her, and there'll be compromises that you have to give up.
You can have everything.
And this, yung commute, yung number one, we gave up. We thought it's gonna be hard at first, but then pag ngayong ginagawa na namin, it was not. It was actually just okay. Pero lahat ng bucket list namin, yung school, that's the first one we had.
Yeah. That's the first.
So, malapit siya sa elementary school and middle school.
Which one do you prioritize sa paghanap ng bahay?
Yeah, you guys, there you go. From my wife said, you need to list all your priorities kung ano yung gusto niyo sa bahay niyo.
So our number
then-
one is talaga near the school. Pag hindi malapit sa school, we don't even like go like check it.
Yep.
Because we can't go to work kapag hindi
Yeah.
na si Michaela. So,
Yeah, that was our priority.
because we're
one.
gonna commute further from our job.
So yeah, definitely 1 hour away from a job. We know that because
It's an hour without
we cannot find a house that we can afford based
the
on our
city.
budget on the city. I mean, they're going out for over $1 million, and I'm not ever. We can afford them, but we're not gonna eat. Hindi na kami kakain.
And then
But
we're
what's the
gonna work.
point? What's the point of having a house if you cannot enjoy it, right?
Yeah.
Diba? You're supposed to be buying a house at the same time.
You should
you-
still have a
you-
life. That's how
Exactly.
It is.
That's how it is. It's a
Yeah.
balance about having a home that you go home every day, that you're happy, and then another and na enjoy mo rin. And it's not all your salaries are not going in the mortgage.
Yeah.
So we stuck to our budget. What we did is we called one salary mortgage. Yung masusustain yung
It's not one salary.
yeah, parang ganun naman ang it is one salary. You know. Kung isa lang yung mawalan ng trabaho sa amin, we can still sustain yung mortgage. Kasi during those times, kasi
Or it is just 30%.
30%.
It's just, ideally it should be 25. I think we're on like 30.
Yeah, nasa 30%
35.
kami ng
30.
based on what our income, yun ang doon namin binis. We were not gonna over 40% or 45. That's gonna be a really tight budget. And we found out after that we have to pay all this special assessment. We were so happy that we stuck to our budget.
Yeah.
Kasi you
just-
guys gonna be blown away.
They
I'll-
just added in,
I will explain those later. How our there was a special assessment here. This is a new neighborhood here that we were not aware of. Plus, again, the value of the house went up,
I
so
think we were
it
aware.
makes sense. Yeah, we were
We're
aware,
not-
but we
But-
were just
Nung kasi increase the value of our house.
yeah, it increases the value of the house. Ang naano lang ako, I thought it was just temporary in 10 years, 15 years.
It's 40 years. Right?
It's the life of the thing.
Yeah.
Pala nung loan. So
Oh,
you'll
yeah.
be paying the
Kaya nga,
assessment.
usually if it's a new community, it's like 40 years. Yeah, it depends. Kasi they're building the school,
Yep.
taking care of the community.
So that's one thing that you guys
Paying
need
the
to
police.
put if you guys go into a new community, be prepared that you'll be paying a special assessment
What if we
or
pay up
HOA.
early? We're still paying special assessment.
That I don't know.
Ah.
I think you will. You still will.
Kaya nga,
Yeah.
basics.
Yeah, it's gonna be forever tied up to your loan. So, but anyway, we got the 30 years fix, and we got approved for a 2.75% interest rate, which is the best in the planet at that time. Now the interest rate, fast forward 2022, nasa 4%.
Really?
Yeah, it's
No.
4%. It's 4%.
Right now?
Yeah, it's 4%.
Oh, because of inflation.
It went
They
up
tried to
1.5 points, and then that's crazy.
Ah,
And that one, like
that
I
was
said,
the same in 2016, diba? When we were buying a house.
Yeah.
How much is it?
it was for 4 point something.
4.99?
Yeah. That's why I think it were around
yeah.
3,200.
2,200.
Yeah, 3,200. No, 3,200 na yun. Yung 2016.
400,000?
Yeah, at that
Our
time.
mortgage
Our
will be
mortgage.
3,200.
It was like a 3,200 something.
What the heck?
Yeah.
See? Good
I know.
to buy.
And now here we bought the house for $600,000. It was they were asking it was $540,000, and as much as we really love the house, when I first saw it, it was me and Michaela and my in-laws. Hindi pa si Michelle nung kasi she didn't have the appetite to even look at the house.
What? No, I will have work that day.
Yeah,
It
but
was
you
Sunday.
but you didn't really kasi
I can't take a day off.
I know, but what you said is parang just take a look at it kasi parang wala ka lang na you were disappointed on
Of
all
course
the
I wanna see it.
yeah.
Kaya lang, I have work that day.
Oh, okay. I was wrong. But anyway, when we first saw this, I was like, man, I was praying, because I already know as soon as I walk
Yeah,
inside
I
the
think
house.
this is the only house I haven't seen, and then we got
Yeah.
we offered.
And then
That's
I
right.
saw it. I was praying. Our agent was showing it to us, and the owners were Filipino. Thank goodness. I think that helps a lot.
Yeah, I think it's meant to be.
They were retiring to a different
Meant to be.
place, and then I told my agent they were asking 540,000,
Yeah, 540.
and we said she asked us for how much.
We said initially 580.
Yeah, 580, right?
580.
We're gonna offer the 585. She said she came back. If you're gonna offer
No,
six,
580. No, they said there's a 580 cash offer. And they said if you guys gonna 600, it's yours. That's what they said. There's a 580,000.
oh, there was a cash offer here,
Cash
585.
offer.
Yeah.
But
Then we offered 600,000.
That's what the owner said.
Yeah.
Or
So
the,
our budget is around that anyway. At 600, that's our max. We were going over
it
at
was
least.
650. Pangay.
Kaya nga,
We
six,
were
no, for this house, and then we were
Yeah.
there was our max was up to 650.
Yeah.
We were so happy to just be
Yeah,
able to go over 60,000 over asking price. That was okay for us. So to make the story short, we got the offer. We were so happy, and the next day, the following week, you saw it. We drove.
No, I
over.
didn't see. We already bought it. I didn't see.
Yeah, the following.
No, I only saw it the time na
How we were sign in.
we're gonna sign
Yeah.
February 3. Yeah,
Oh.
we offered on the house. I haven't seen but I saw
But
it on the...
yeah,
no, I already saw the community kasi, di ba nag-ano tayo dyan sa kabila.
Yeah.
So I already know the community is good. And then I saw the house sa mga video. It looks good.
Yep.
So, yeah, we offered.
Yeah, the house is 2015. It's fairly brand new, and the homeowners really took care of it for
Yeah.
6
Even
years.
the
Of
backyard,
homeowners
yeah.
for 6 years.
They
We
even
didn't-
gave us some
yeah, we
of
didn't-
their furniture.
We didn't really. We just need to move in and buy her
Yeah.
furnitures.
Clean
We spend more furnitures. All the furnitures has to be brand new, which is. I told her, go ahead, spend the money. We have the money at that time. She's open over.
Yeah. So that's the thing. Kasi when you're buying a house, you need to think of not only your down payment. I always tell him. Kasi every year he wants to buy a house. Like, I always tell him it's the down payment, and then you have the closing costs, and then you have the moving expenses, and then you still need to buy your furniture. So that should be part of yung budget nyo. Or else, like, you're gonna use up all your money. You don't even have
Right.
emergency fund.
Basically, spend over almost 100K moving in here. Over
I
100.
think it's more than
It's more, yeah, maybe 100.
Because our closing cost is 15,000.
I think we
15,000.
roughly, I think 120,000 we got in here, including her furnitures, the closing costs, the down payment. Again, we were going only 5% at that time, but it would have been better. They said if we go at 10%.
I would like to have 10%.
Then 20% was the ideal, but the 10% was enough for us to get the house. So we did the 10% of the asking price, and we had really good rate at 2.75. I mean, now the only problem is we can't refinance because
Why would you want to refinance?
no, I'm just saying, man, it's just a rhetorical
There's
question.
no more room.
There's no more room for us because it's the interest rate is 4%. Doesn't make any sense refinancing because we have equity on the house now, but we don't we're not. That's not our plan. Our plan is to pay off the house.
I want to pay off.
And once we pay off the house, that's when we can retire. Actually, that's our plan, is to retire.
Imagine
there.
if you don't have a house payment, then you get. Imagine all the money that you can save and be able to wait for 30 years to pay a house. But like you said, it depends on your perspective and depends on your priority.
Yeah, we can still.
Some people, they keep wanting to have a house so they can do the tax shelter, whatever.
We're not arguing, guys. We're
But
having
but then
discussion.
tax shelter is not anymore. They like cap it,
Yeah, Trump capped it this year,
right?
so we're not
it's
able
like
to.
we don't even our cap for tax what's it
For this year,
yeah, it just goes to our property tax.
Yeah.
That's it. We
our
can
property
say
tax is like 11K already. That's a lot.
that. That's crazy.
It's like living in San Francisco, or they. I think they
have
pay more.
Of course.
Yeah, they pay more,
It's the
yeah.
value of their house. The house is there.
But anyway, the moral of the story is pay off your house as soon as you can, so you can retire and enjoy your life.
Yeah, enjoy.
And like I
That's the
said,
goal.
people have different goals. Some people don't want to pay their house. They just want to enjoy what the investment, the equity that can give to enhance their lifestyle. And there's a lot of people like that, and then there's people like us that we want to pay off our mortgage sooner so we can retire sooner and enjoy our life while we're still paying for it. Where it's like we agreed, right? Balance.
Yeah, it should be a
Uh,
balance.
We
Like
while we're
So like we have a sinking fund, so we like have a fund to buy the things that we need.
all the
Yeah.
financial stuff is it's ours. I'm just paying. I'm paying it, but in terms of financial, she's the guru, not me.
Yeah,
I'm the spender.
I'm a spender too, but
But
we only. It's not the really the moral of the story is, it's not how much you earn. It's
how much you save.
how much you save. Yeah.
Yep.
It's like if
If-
you even though you like earn a lot of money, but if also
you don't
keep
save,
spending
yep.
it, and yeah,
Especially if you spend it on material things that are really, again, it comes to what people really like. We can't judge people.
yeah. I
The
mean,
way,
it's just
ano,
it's their
it's-
thing.
It's the goal.
Priority.
Kung ano
It's
yung,
kung ano
ano yung
yung
priority
whatever
nila
they
sa
want.
buhay.
But for
That's
us,
them.
it's like
We're just sharing ours. This is us. This
I'm
is
just
how we want
happy
it.
that he listens. But I need to convince him.
Well, the
like,
reason that,
a
of course,
lot
we're husband and wife listen to each other and they give their
I need
input
to
to
keep
each other.
bringing up Dave Ramsey, so you will listen.
Hey guys, please listen to Dave Ramsey or watch him on YouTube. You guys gonna thank us, to be honest with you, to get out of financial trouble.
I just keep sharing it to him pag nasa sasakyan kami about the success stories.
Yeah, I was.
Kasi before you always believe na in America you should always have di ba, mga credit card payment, blah blah blah.
Well, that's the typical, like I said, that's the typical American way, is to have credit cards,
I mean, we still have
revolving
credit.
credit
We
cards.
still have credit cards, but we know how to handle it.
Yeah.
Not before. It's
We're
like
not maxing them. We're just
I'm using
another
it and
another
then
tip that
paying it
I
off right
yeah.
away. I
Other-
like when on my paycheck.
another tip that I'm trying to give, if you guys want to get your FICO score up, if you have credit cards or debit cards, don't max them out. Just leave at least 20% there, or pay it off right away. Don't go over 20% ng credit limit nyo. Okay, that's another tip to get your scores up. If you maintain that below 20% or pay them off right away, I can almost guarantee you your FICO score will go up.
I mean, yeah, we listen to Dave Ramsey, but not everything. No. You just
We
follow
do.
whatever.
There are things that we
Whether-
disagree with him. There
Yeah.
are things that we totally agree with him.
Yeah,
So it's
you
not,
just
it's
follow
not
which one
it works
ano,
for you.
Kukunin mo yung ano nag-work sa'yo. Like, kasi, right, he said na you can't have credit card. But for us, we need the credit card, yung FICO score, if we're gonna buy a house.
Right,
Kasi,
which is-
hindi naman tayo, wala naman tayong cash to pay off. I mean, to offer a
Yeah,
cash.
that's why we had
I'm
a
like,
good interest rate at
Yeah.
2.75
I
because
mean,
of our FICO
that's why
score.
what I'm saying is, you just take kung ano yung yung sa tingin mo nag-work sa'yo, na maganda. And then, yeah.
So in closing, you've been here for 1 year. I know it's a long video. I hope they're not bored. What advice can you give them, the young aspiring new homeowners that are wanna to buy a house this year or in the future?
Be ready. I mean, yeah, just be ready. You need to prepare for it.
Be ready in what terms? What do you want?
Financially, emotionally, physically, because it's a commitment, right? It's a big responsibility.
It is. It's indeed. It's a
Kasi,
big financial
Yeah, it's a
responsibility.
big financial responsibility. So you better be ready. So make sure yun nga, don't be a house poor. Kasi you still need to have a life na ma-feel mo na hindi lang yun yung pinaglalaanan mo ng pera mo. It's not only the house. So you're supposed to also enjoy life. So it's just about balance. So you'll be able to save money, pay your house, and then do the things that still you want to enjoy, right? Buy the things you still, I mean, you buy the things, you save for it, and then, yeah, just be prepared.
Yeah. All the things that we're talking about here, this is all about us and iba-iba lahat ng homeowners. We're just sharing our experience with you
Yeah,
guys.
and then also make sure you don't have a lot of debts. Kasi kung marami ka pang utang, and then kasi your house is a big chunk of your diba, sa paycheck mo.
Like I said, you balance it.
Then-
You don't go over 30% of your
Yeah.
net income. That's what we
So
have
that's
here.
one way that you'll be ready. Make sure walang mga utang. So you just keep saving money, and then
Yeah.
when you're ready, then you just buy a house that you really want and you can afford. Don't be house poor.
Nice. Well, there, guys, you heard it from my wife. Like I promised you guys, I finally got her to talk on my June Galura YouTube. She always laughed at me, and now she's gonna watch this video on her own once it's posted. It's a 30 minutes long interview.
That's long. Next
But-
time it's about Dave Ramsey.
Thank you all for watching, guys. Have a good night. I
Night,
will
guys.
follow up again with more videos that can help you be a homeowner like us and be happy at the same time and be able to do things that you guys want to do with the family, take vacations, have family friends, and enjoy the rest of your life in a beautiful, amazing home with your family. That's what we have right now here. We've been really blessed with friends, family, and our family way. Talaga, we've been really blessed here, and I could not even all the new friends that I have here, I could not even say enough.
You have
There-
friends wherever you go.
Yeah. I have some good friends here now. We've been here 1 year, but I found yung friends ko from Daly City. Wherever I go, it's just like always good karma, Always good karma comes around. That's why we have always visitors here in the house, and I like that. We want that. So we're sharing our blessings to everyone who wants to come here and enjoy the house with us. Okay? All right, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, click the like button, and comment. Bye.
Nice.